Welcome to the Exchange Podcast presented by WinBet. I am Nick Mangold, joined with me by my good buddy, Mark Sanchez. Mark, how we doing? Are you getting in the holidays?
Buddy, if I were any better, it'd be against the law.
Darn straight. Are you getting in the holiday spirits? Getting ready to go? Christmas time right around the corner.
I'm midway through pumpkin spice latte season, baby.
You would be. Little PSLs in your life? You're the worst.
That's right.
So I feel like I forget which coach told me, and I don't know if it was Rex or who, but back when we were 16-game season, the season was split up into quarters: first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So now entering into the fourth quarter, what was that for you playing in December? Like, because it's starting to get cold, especially here in New York. You're getting cold. You're getting the weather. Did you like it? Was it the excitement of, finishing strong? What are your thoughts on December football?
Well, I knew it was important to win in December. I knew the idea from other coaches was to crescendo right into the playoffs. But for a SoCal boy, that was not easy.
Not easy.
That was not easy. I remember we would have Tuesdays off. I remember going outside with Vito and Gus, our equipment staff guys. Brennan Berger was a part of that staff. He's no longer there, but Vito and Gus are still there. Vito obviously featured heavily in Hard Knocks, as he should be.
Of course.
But he would take me outside. They'd wet footballs, and I would play catch with them, and Shoddy and Kavanaugh and other staff members to make sure I was ready for these cold winters. And that was after I had to put away my rainbow sandals and exchange those out for some Ugg boots.
Mm-hmm. Some of the fuzzy ones.
Some actual shoes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, it wasn't my favorite time and my favorite climate. Didn't love that because I'm used to Christmas, like Santa brought you a bike and it's on the front doorstep, and I go outside with like a tank top, shorts, and flip-flops.
Yes.
Not, bundled up and cold winter football.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
But we managed.
You managed. We did. I love it. The football, when it got cold, it was the best time.
Of course you do.
It was all furry, and I'd get icicles on my beard and everything. That was sweet. This is when football was meant to be played. But also in the wintertime, talking about gifts, and this is something that we've started doing with my kids, instead of buying a whole bunch of junk they don't need, we've started doing daddy and mommy dates. And so we started doing more Broadway shows.
Whoa.
Right? So if it's cold outside, go inside where it's warm. And so I've been doing a little bit more on the Broadway, not anywhere your level. Don't get me wrong. I'm still not quite there, but we've been doing some.
Call me when you get here, bro.
I'll never get there. No one's on your level. So I think that is a fun little segue to our guest that we have today, and it's another banger. So I got to go through the whole list. It's Grammy Award-winning, Golden Globe and Emmy-nominated actor and recording artist, and obviously Jets fan, Anthony Ramos. I think it's going to be a good one. I'm excited about it. I got some questions. I want a little Broadway action. I got some movie questions. So it should be a fun little interview. So let's get to it let's just get into it,
I'm ready. Nick, you know what? Break a leg, bud.
Like that. That theater talk. Very nice.
We'd like to bring in Grammy Award-winning, Golden Globe, Emmy-nominated actor, recording artist, and most importantly, Jets fan, Anthony Ramos. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming.
Yo, thanks for having me, fellas.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm really excited to have you here, and appreciate you taking the time. So how has this year been for you as a Jets fan, with the excitement and everything, and seeing the crowd? Obviously things haven't gone exactly as we planned, but I'll tell you what, the crowd's been fantastic for these home games. What has your experience been like for some of these games?
Yeah, I've been to a couple, man. I went to, when we played the Chiefs that we should have won. The referees had their eyes closed the whole game. They worked. Before they all put on blindfolds before they got to the field that day. They made a collective decision. And then there was a game where Aaron Rodgers, the first game of the season that I was at, and where unfortunately he got hurt, and I was in the parking lot walking to the stadium, uh,
Oh,
and I got there just after,
Ooh.
and everybody was like, "Yo, Aaron Rodgers got hurt," and I'm listening. So I'm listening on my phone on the radio while I'm walking to the stadium, and oh man, and me and all the rest of the people, you can see just just walking up to the stadium deflated, but everybody was still hyped, like you said, like the crowd was super in it, and that was a crazy win
Yeah,
that day.
it was such an electric crowd in the beginning too, and I was fortunate enough to be there on the field, for the player intros, and like that atmosphere was just wild. So I look forward to that. I feel like the Jets fans have this excitement, and hopefully we'll continue that going. As we continue with these games.
Yeah.
But talk about being from Brooklyn, where your love of the Jets came from. Did it start early on? Did you come into it a little bit later? What's your story?
I think it was like, the Vinny Testaverde and Curtis Martin, like those, that team, you know, I started loving the Jets then, and then I remember I can't remember if Testaverde got hurt or what it was, but Chad Pennington had to go in, and then when and then I started really loving the way Chad Pennington was playing. He didn't have like the mad velocity on the ball, but he had super accuracy, and I remember like there was this thing as I was growing up. It was like a 6 year span where the Jets made the playoffs every other year. So I knew it was like if it was like an even number in the year, I was like, yo, we might make it this year.
we got a
And
shot.
and yeah, Mark, like watching you play, bro, was fire. Like, I just and then guys like Darrell Revis and I've been a fan for a long time. And then like for 2 years I just like I don't know why I just wasn't watching football, and then for the last 3 years I came back. I was like, nah, man, I love this. I love. So I'm like, I go to most of the games when I'm in New York. But I've been a Jets fan since I was a kid, and it started with my brother, and he loved the Jets, and then so did my father. So that's kind of how that's kind of how I that developed my love for the team.
Love it.
I love that. What about well, first of all, do we need to talk about air products?
Bro,
Do you need
let me
a
tell you,
stunt
man.
double?
But
Do you
this is the
need
thing, though. I got the frizz going. I don't know, whatever you
yeah,
using is glistening on my screen right now, bro. I have to lower the brightness on my screen
told you.
because
Well, I just picked up some McDowell's
Yo,
that you've seen
Put
coming to
that
America,
soul
and then
glow
I
in
put
there.
some soul glow.
yeah,
Let your
100%.
Let's go, baby. It's so good.
Bro,
Okay,
crazy.
you played for the Jets when you were a kid. We did a little
All right, so
research on you.
so this is what happened. So I was starting the season with this team, and then I quit because it was gonna be because I always had like I was playing. I played the first few games with them, the Ridgedale Jets. I was playing cornerback, but but then I stopped because I was like, yo, I'm a baseball player, man. I gotta focus on the game that I like. I'm actually like really want to make it in. I mean, I was never gonna make it into the major leagues. I knew that later on, and I was like, oh, nah, I don't think this is it, but gotta find something new. But I just quickly started learning. I'm like, wow, these guys are like massive, and these guys are throwing like 95. These kids from like Texas, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't compete. So, but yeah, football, man. I loved football, and even in high school, I would train with the team. I would train with the football players because they would just, they just worked out really hard, and I would go to all the games. And at school, one of my favorite players at school was my boy Larry Gashi, who ended up playing D1. And now he's like a mad famous rapper.
Oh wow!
Yo, crazy. We like the two from our school that like went into the entertainment industry, and we were both. I
Let's
was
go.
playing baseball. He was like a star football player,
Love it.
and every time we hang out, we talk about, yo, my man had hands though.
Have
My
you
man had
gone to any like high school reunions?
Nah, man, I don't know why. My school they don't bother with that. They don't do the high school reunion thing. I don't know if it's budgets.
Man,
You know, I'm like,
We
yo,
got one
just
coming up, I think, in the summer. I'm a little nervous.
where'd you go to high school?
I'm Michigan in Southern California, but one of my best friends is was on student body or whatever, so she's planning it, and she's like, "You
Yeah.
have to go, you have to go." Of all people, I was like, "Ooh, I don't know."
Why would you be
What
nervous?
she-
Just give me a hard time, bro. I don't
Yeah.
know.
God.
This isn't about me. This is about Anthony.
We'll get back.
Let's
We'll,
stay on
we'll circle back to
track
that
here,
later.
Nick. No, but I need a full scouting report of your cornerback abilities. Like, you're coming out in the draft. What are your strengths? Is it speed? Is it, aggressiveness? Because like if you see you know how it works in the draft. Like if it's a D lineman, and he's got certain characteristics. They say he's got a motor. He plays through the snap. Blah blah blah. What are your stats, bro? What are your
I mean,
You
look, no, I had speed. I definitely had speed. I had pretty good instincts when I was playing.
Okay, so awareness is high. I like that.
I was definitely um, it was I would find myself in the right place at the right time.
Nose for the
for the
football.
tackle,
He's a ball hawk. I
for
like
the
it.
interception. You know what I'm saying? So I was, it was. I think it was really like some of these guys were just huge. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my tackling, it was down low, man. I couldn't. Some of these guys were massive. I wasn't trying to get run over, bro. So I'm like, yo,
Okay,
I'm
so
rocking it.
the ankle biter type. I got you. I
The
got
ankle
you.
biter. I'm rocking them in the back of the knees. Illegal tackles only.
I love
it.
I love it.
Now,
My kind of
Yeah,
guy.
bro.
you talk
But
about
then I quarterback a little bit. I played a little bit. I was a backup.
See, don't bury the lead,
burying
dog.
the lead
Come on.
again.
I buried the lead.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you sling it.
All right,
Yeah.
well, we'll talk about slinging the rock later. All right.
Yeah.
Now you talk about transitioning from the sports and everyone getting bigger and everything, and into something else. When did you decide what you want to transition to? And obviously, with your success that you've had, I think you made the right decision. Again, I didn't see any high school film, so I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure you made the right decision.
For sure.
What was that transition like for you, and how'd you get into it?
I think that it was just really like, I was playing baseball, man, and I was on the field, and I was just kind of like, I was like, yo, this ain't it, man. I don't think this is my path anymore. And I just stopped coming to the games, man. And I really, I like, my coach was mad, but because I took the jersey and didn't give it back. Like, yo, my bad, bro. Like, I forgot. But I started doing theater, in high school, and I kind of backed my way into it. I auditioned for a talent show. I thought it was a talent show because I was, I like to, I was singing in junior high school, and I had like a group. We used to sing Temptation songs at the assemblies, and
Nice.
and then I stopped. I didn't sing for a while. I was playing more sports, and then finally I auditioned for this talent show. Ended up being a musical. They gave me a lead part in the show. First, I didn't want to do it because I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I'm not going to memorize all those lines. You know what I'm saying? But the teacher's like, no, you should really try it. You should give it a shot. So I was like, all right, you know what? Whatever. Sure, why not? And I got on stage and I was playing this like character. I was playing Zeus in this show that the students wrote. And I'm wearing like this Burger King cardboard crown with like a blanket for a cloak. And I'm singing this song and I was like, I feel ridiculous right now, but this is an amazing feeling. Like, I'm having a good time. So I just kept going, and I just I stopped sports, man. I mean, I was gonna go play D3 ball, just to, the school was gonna give me money to go play, and I had no major. I was just gonna figure out what I wanted to do in school, but all my applications get withdrawn from every school that I applied to because we didn't get the financial aid forms in time. And that my teacher, she comes up to me, man, like an angel. She's like, yo, like, I want you to audition for this one school in New York called AMDA, and this conservatory. And I had never really been in a formal audition before, but she helped me with the material, man, and I got into the school. She helped me. I didn't have the money to even go to the school, and she gave my name to the Jerry Seinfeld Scholarship Foundation at the time, and I ended up meeting them. And my grades weren't even that good, but I was just like, "Yo, look, man, I just need a shot. Like, I just need somebody to give me a chance." This woman, Kate Fenneman, a good friend of mine now, she was, I left that meeting and the school called me for a loan. I'm like, "Can you give me one more day?" I didn't really know what I was gonna do with another day, but then the scholarship called me and they're like, "Yo, we'll pay. We don't usually give the scholarship out to people with your grades, but we're gonna pay for your school for all 4 years,
Wow.
wherever you decide." And that was just like that was like a moment where I knew, like, all right, this is exactly where I want to be. Now my focus is on trying to find movies about sports to make as opposed to playing sports professionally.
I got a quarterback you could probably play. The rise and fall of Mark Sanchez, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh, it's still Rise. It's still Rise.
Not still riding.
It's still Rise. I said it's
what
still Rise.
What a hater, bro. You see what I doing?
Yeah.
Damn.
All of Mark Sanchez.
Hater, bro.
Oh, calm down.
Bro.
Okay, hold on. Let's change the subject, Nick. Rude. I want to know this teacher's name because I feel like that's the story. That's the common thread between so many people's opportunity. The one person who gives them the extra nudge, and you get the opportunity, however it works out and however it lines up. Those kind of things are huge. So who's this teacher? We got to give her some love.
Yeah, her name's Sarah Steinwise. She's like one of my best friends now. Like she's a mentor, best friend. Yeah, man. And she's, she did this for a lot of students at the school, man. Like Larry's another one. Another one of the students that, when he's playing football, I think a lot of kids, who we grew up with, they, were going through a lot and, came from kind of rough neighborhoods. And, she was one of those teachers that really she mentored a lot of us, and she didn't really give up on us, even though we weren't the easiest, the easiest people to deal with, honestly. I don't know how she dealt with us. We were wild. We were crazy, bro. It was a wild group of young teenagers running wild. And but she really, like, she always saw the best in us, and I think that the more patient she was with us, the more we were able to see, even a little bit of what she saw in us, which helped us keep going, and which helped us, like, kind of, know that, all right, you know what, yeah, maybe there is a chance for me in this world. Maybe I can be more than I thought I was gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing. Just a little nudge and a little belief. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
What about, has she seen you perform? She's seen you in commercials, obviously. Has she seen you in Hamilton and movies and all that?
Yeah, man. So she's been to all of my premieres. In the last one, the last premiere we was at was Transformers, and so she was there.
You're the human in Transformers, bro.
Yeah. And so she so she was there, and I mean, it was a massive premiere. Like, it was crazy. We did it in Brooklyn, which was wild, like at the King's Theater. So that it was just cool to, and I had all my friends there, all my homies from, like, I'm talking about, I came deep, and it was just amazing to, to have her there. And then, I had, some of my other teachers and mentors, who flew out, just to support, man, and be there. And so it was really, really cool to it's always cool to share that kind of stuff with her, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then we, like, call each other the next day and debrief, like, yo, that was crazy, that was wild, man. Like, yeah. So it was she comes to all that stuff.
That's awesome. What does she say about your? So I have a really good friend who works with me at Fox calling games. His name's Stephen Brown, and the only thing he will drink is Crown Royal.
Yeah,
and you're the Crown Royal guy, dog. So he goes, I went through all this stuff. I always, like, bounce ideas off of him. He's got a good eye for media and all that. He was a former coach and probably will coach again. But we go through all these things. I'm like, dude, he's got an album. He's got the Transformers thing. And I'm trying to, like, categorize it before the deal. And he goes, bro, you're forgetting the most important part. So what's up? He goes, Crown Royal.
Crown Royal, man.
Said the elixir of the gods. Like, he's just going on and on about all this Crown Royal, bro. That's all he has.
Yeah. I was like, I saw some guy on the street. He said, Yeah, he looked a little tanked last. He looked a little like he had a few crowns, and he goes, the guy like he looks at me, he goes, at first we're talking, we're having a conversation about something that happened, and then he like double takes it. Hey, you famous? You famous? I'm like, nah, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Crown Royal. I'm like, of all the movies,
That's so good.
yo, it happens all the time, bro. People like, yo, you the dude from the Hennessy commercial, right? I'm like, sure. The dark alcohol. Yes.
I love it.
That's
great.
me, man.
That's good.
Let's talk a little quickly. I got a quick question for your time on Hamilton, because everyone always asks us about our schedule, football schedule, and you play on Sunday and what your week looks like. I got to give it to the Broadway actors and actresses, because you guys are going. Like how is that schedule? How do you do all those shows and the rehearsals and everything? What's that schedule look like? And give us peel back that curtain a little bit into what that week looks like for you.
Yo, well, it's 8 shows a week, man.
Yeah.
So it's usually 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Saturday. If the producers hate the cast, they'll do 5-show weekends. You just like it's a grind, man. You get Mondays off, which is the day that no one's doing anything. So you got Monday off, but it's like no one's trying to have a drink on a Monday. But it's like, nah, ain't nobody going for brunch on Monday. So it's a grind, man. Like and then sometimes you're rehearsing before the show. Sometimes if somebody called out, they gotta put somebody in. Then the understudy got to, the whole cast has to come in to rehearse with the person that's about to go on, and then do the show at night. So sometimes you're at the theater 4 hours before you even are doing the show. And Hamilton was, almost 3 hours. So that show was a grind, man. That show was definitely, but look, what you guys do is unbelievable, man. You guys are traveling. I thought about this. I'm like, yo, athletes you got to be a little crazy to be an athlete. I'm talking about you in a different state. You're traveling to different places every single week. You got to pay taxes in all them states. It's
Uncle Sam's gonna get his.
what I'm saying?
By position, though, I would just caution you. It's by position. Quarterbacks totally normal. Offensive line, little different.
A little tricky.
No, we are different. We are definitely different people. I'll admit that.
Different breed.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah, but Broadway's a grind, bro. It's a grind, man. But it's fun, man. It's cool. It's nothing like live theater, man. It's like when you guys get out there and play. It's that feeling, man, where you feel the crowd. And every night when we would come out, it felt like we were playing MSG. It was crazy. It's 1,300 people in the theater,
cool.
but it felt like 12,000. It was so loud every single night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like.
I've gotten Mark obviously is a big Broadway guy from his time here and probably even before and after. I've gotten into it recently because we started giving our kids Christmas presents instead of giving them junk they don't need. We get them experiences, and so we've been doing a lot more Broadway plays. So I'm starting to get into it and get the feeling and seeing different shows. And I think actually Hamilton is on our list this year. I think that's what my son wants to go see. So I'm pretty excited about it. But it's amazing watching these performances and what you guys do on that stage and how you get the crowd into it and how you get so sucked into it. I don't think I appreciated it as well as I should have for my whole time here, but I'm really taking a liking to it. But that transition that you've had from the stage to the big screen, how's that been? Was that something you always wanted to do? Did you want to get out of theater and go to the movie side? And especially with the release of the new movie, Dumb Money, that was just released, like that. Is that something like you wanted to do, or it just happened naturally?
Nah, I think, movies, I love movies, man. Like I've wanted to do movies since I started acting. I was just like, yo, this is where I want to end up. And I love the art of making film. I love the process of it. And my first time being, actually getting the lead role. And it wasn't in a movie, but a TV show. It was with Spike Lee when I did She's Gotta Have It on Netflix. So he turned his like first commercial hit into a TV show. We did 2 seasons of it. and I played the character that he played in the movie, Mars Blackman, and just
Mars
like
Blackman here.
yo,
Yeah.
Mars Blackman,
Money.
yo, you know, and
Gotta be the shoes, money. It's gotta be
you know
the
what I'm
shoes.
saying? You know what I'm saying? He knows. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Like, yo, Spike. I remember he came to the show. He came to Hamilton, and he's over here. He's sitting in the second row of the audience. I'll never forget it. And he's clapping mad aggressively and pointing after the show, and clapping aggressively and pointing. And this is on the bow, so I bow. I do the first bow. I get up, and then my boy Chris, who's standing next to me, he's like, "He ain't pointing at me." And then we bow again, and I'm like, you know, and I had a moment. I'm like, "Yo, Spike Lee, like, is he pointing at me?
Is this thing?"
So he comes backstage. He's like, yo, my man, come here. Yo, let's take a picture. I'm like, Spike, you want a picture with me? I was like, all right, yeah, sure, man. I was like,
yeah, dude.
And then I get a call, like, had to be probably, it had to be like a couple weeks later or a month later. And all it said was, Anthony, it's Spike Lee.
Anthony.
That's it.
Oh, that's sick.
It was the shortest voicemail I ever got in my entire life. And super direct, straight to the point. And I call him back. He's like, yo, I want you to meet me in my office. You know, I go meet him at his office. He's like, so I got a role. I got this thing I'm doing. She got to have it. You ever seen it? I was like, nah. So he pulls the DVD out and hands it to me. Like, go watch
homework.
Yeah. And he's like, yo, Mars Blackman, you know, I want you to. And then, yeah, man, I did an audition for the studio for Netflix, and he gave me the role, and that was my first, you know, like lead role on a TV show, and then that was it, bro. I did A Star Is Born, and then Godzilla, and I started, you know, going into getting into films and stuff like that, and then like, you know, In the Heights happened, and you know, Hamilton, we had already made that movie. That was, you know, and they just put it out. They put it out years later, but we had shot that film like 4 years before that. Before
oh wow!
Yeah, and then like Marvel happened and Transformers and stuff like that. So, you know, it just all, and then music, you know, it all just kind of started weaving together. And then, you know, obviously, you know, the Crown commercial, and which Spike Lee directed.
Oh,
you know,
come on.
Yep.
Let's go.
Spike called me.
Dude.
Basically, he goes, yo, Ant, I got something. I'm like, what you got? He's like, yo, I got this thing I'm working on. Yeah. He's like, but he said, don't let your agents mess it up.
Dude, he's going around. Dude, that's, I mean, that's how I'd imagined it would happen, but that's really cool.
I was like, no doubt, bro. And then he goes, yo, and another thing, I want your mom, your real mom. So he got my mom, you know, booked her first national commercial, directed by Spike.
Dude, that's
Crazy.
A hell of an entrance.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Well, feel free to drop him my number, remind him of our hair connection. I'll get you that, email you my info. So just in case Spike wants to give me a holler.
Let's do it.
See that, Nick? My things are taking off. You see what I mean?
All rise. It was just
it's all rise. There's no fault for Mark Sanchez.
It's going this way, then that way.
Keeps going.
Come on, Nick. Let's go.
Like Buzz Lightyear, dude.
Yeah, pretty much to Infinity
all right,
John.
So nice. Tell me, I think I have an idea. When you talked about going back to Brooklyn for a premiere and the whole squad's there, everybody before you become this massive star, but your family, your heritage, you're a part of this Por la Cultura campaign with the NFL and what that means to you. Because I felt that in the NFL, and I'm Mexican, I know you're Puerto Rican, but that Latino support is unwavering. Win, lose, or draw is what I've kind of felt. And then making it available to people, reminding them, just like you got reminded by that wonderful teacher of yours, that, hey, man, you got an opportunity. And it could be football, but it could be something else. Like, work on yourself, find something you love and get into it. And that whole, you know, push for Por la Cultura and your involvement, why is that important to you?
I just, when I was, one of my boys, Jesse Terrero, was directing he was directing the commercial, and then my friend Lemon Anderson, who uh was working with the NFL a lot. He's like, yo, we want to really, you know, I know. He's like, yeah, I know you love football, you love sports, and I want to also bring that Latin culture and that Latin flavor. You know what I'm saying, to the commercials and the things that the NFL putting out too. You know what I'm saying, and we want to. I feel like in the Latin community, at least growing up in my experience, you know, even if we love the game of football, we didn't really see a lot of presence of Latinos playing football. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they did, but I didn't really see. Like Tony Gonzalez is one of my favorite players. I met him like recently, bro. At I can't remember what it was. I was doing Radio Row. Uh,
Yeah, Super
um,
Bowl. Yeah.
and, and I met him, and I almost didn't even say anything to him because
He
it's
froze.
almost like, yo, bro, I froze because I'm like, yo, like you a legend, bro. Like I'm like, yo, I used to watch all of this dude's games, bro. I used to watch his highlights, and I think that it was just, and also like, yo, but him being Latino, bro, was just like a thing, like when you see somebody that makes you feel like you identify, with them, you're like, yo, that's that guy, like, that's Mark
Yeah.
Anthony, something like that, um, so I think that it was important for me to do that campaign because I just felt, and I wrote the song for, the commercial, Latino
Saw
Activo,
it.
and it was just, it was really like, Latino Activo. That song is about being, we active, like we here, let's get activated, let's get hyped about, let's get not only hyped about the game, but let's get hyped about life, about the opportunities, the possibilities. The next Por la Cultura commercial they did was with this girl. I can't remember. She's an athlete, and she was the lead of the commercial. And I'm talking about, it was gorgeous. It was beautiful,
Diana
beautiful.
Flores, was she the flag football gal? No.
I think, yep, that's her. That's
Yeah.
her.
Dude,
And
I got to play catch with her before a game in London last year. Homie,
yeah,
she could spin it. She can
bro,
spin the
she's
ball,
a
bro. I was
beast,
like,
bro.
damn.
She's a beast.
She's
I was like,
legit.
yo, and yo, check that commercial out if you haven't seen it. It was I think the one that came out right after the one I did, bro. And it was just, it was beautiful, bro, gorgeous. They shot it amazing, like, and she just shined, and it made me like excited, excited for more of those opportunities, and not just in football but in sports in general.
I love that. My quick sidebar before we go to our last couple questions, but Tony Gonzalez, he was a former basketball player and then became tight end, played football, obviously. But
Right.
in the off season, I met him through a group of friends, and we're all playing pickup basketball after my rookie season or second season or something. And they're running up and down the court, and Tony's stretching, whatever, and we're on opposing teams. And I hooped in high school a little bit. I got a little sneaky baseline jumper. I'm nothing special,
He
but I
said,
could
I got a
rebound. I
little
could, I got a little. So
No big deal.
So I'm feeling good. And then I see Tony playing, and then they're like, "Hey, you match up with TG," and I'm like, "TG, oh, Tony again, damn it." So he's pretty big guy, So I'm trying to, guard him in the phone, bro. He caught the first possession, drop step, two-hand ready to like dunk. I just walked out of the way. I was like, I'm not getting postered, bro.
yo,
I'm
my man
good.
slammed it
I'm
on
gonna
you,
go.
bro.
Yeah, but I moved out of the way, so he didn't quite
Yeah,
get me. You know what I mean? I sidestepped the embarrassment
right.
there. So
I feel you.
Yeah.
He said, if
I feel
it
good
would
about-
have been
I feel
different
good
if I'd
about
have
the
stayed in the
effort.
paint, but I was being generous, courteous.
No, I'm trying to give him the arm bar, like, and his low bed, dude, just boom. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yo, that's a big
This is
dude,
gonna be a
bro.
long day.
Yo, that's a big guy, bro.
Yeah, weighed me by like 50 pounds. Yeah.
Oh,
Man, said,
Wrong
I
weight class, Doc. Wrong weight class.
all right. So, Anthony, we want to get to the last section of our episode here where we do quick fire questions, right? These are going to be
Right.
really quick. First thing comes to your mind, nothing too crazy. So I'll hit you the first one. Other than the two guys right here on screen, who's your favorite Jet player that you've met?
that I've met. Yo, you guys are the first Jets I've ever met.
No.
No.
100%. I promise.
Wait, what
100%.
about when you go to the games? Don't you go on the field and stuff?
Nah, because I always get there right when the game starts. They always tell me to come early, and I never do. and
you're on that Latino time, dude. I'm on that.
So that's on me. But I'm definitely
that one's on me.
I'm honored that you guys are the first Jets I'm meeting.
Then we'll take it. Perfect.
It's the best.
Let's go. But who do you like more then?
Come on, Mark. Come on, chill, bro. You know.
You don't have to say it right in front of me. I mean, jeez.
It's Nick, bro. Come on.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. This is okay. I'm jumping ahead, Nick, and screw you for this one because this is the only one that makes sense. If you had to choose Broadway show or movie, we ask everybody, but you're the best one to ask.
Best one.
Nah, movies, man.
Movies.
Yeah. All day long. I love it. Come on, man.
He's a film guy.
And the check is better.
Noted.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Keeping it.
Are you a Peter Luger's or a Delmonico's guy?
I'll say Peter Luger.
Nice. Strong. Subway or taxi?
Nah, taxi all day, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I used to take the train all the time, but it's train's getting weird nowadays, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So if I can walk it, I'll walk it. If I gotta take a taxi, bro, I'm like, nah, come on. Quick, Uber.
What's your favorite borough?
Go Brooklyn, man.
I don't know. Manhattan maybe took over. I don't know.
No, definitely not. If Manhattan took over,
maybe Staten Island. You never know.
Staten Island is actually. How could I forget about Staten Island?
It's pretty easy. It's the fifth one. I'm kidding, Staten Island. I love you.
Nick, that's Nick's theme in this thing, dude. He hammers Staten Island.
I don't hammer. I truly enjoy Staten Island. I find it hilarious.
Nah, you know what though? You know, like Pete Davidson has opened my mind. You know, I've met Pete. He's like, Pete is so cool, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe Staten Island's all right. You're from Staten Island,
Pete? Because you worked with them. You worked with them on Dumb Money. So what's
bro?
Give me the quick blurb on the movie.
Yeah, and he played the lead Transformer in he played Mirage. He did the voice of Mirage. So me and Pete have out a couple times. Like I went and see him on set of his show, Bupkis. That's amazing on Peacock. If y'all haven't seen it, it's him and Joe Pesci, like a crazy cast. And and then and then we hung out at the Transformers premiere, and he's just like a really cool dude, bro. He's like a really dope human being, man, and just like super down to earth. I mean, crazy, mad talented, and he loves his family, he loves his friends. He rolls with his crew that he's been rocking with for a long time. So, Pete's dope, man. I'm hoping I can get another movie with him, because even in Dumb Money, we never saw each other because we had no scenes together.
Yeah.
So me and Pete hadn't even met. Like we already had shot 2 movies that were in the can, but had never met. And Pete's like, "Yo, when am I gonna meet this dude, bro? I've done 2 movies with this guy, and I've never met him."
That's wild.
So that's when I went to set to go hang with him. But yeah, he's the man, bro. He's so cool.
I love it.
That's
all
awesome,
right. Last one for you. Would you rather go to the top of the Empire State Building or to the crown of the Statue of Liberty?
I'd like to go to the crown of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Drink some Crown Royal.
And bring Crown Royal.
Yeah. I love it. This has just been a whole big promo for Crown. I can't wait to call
paid, dog. I'm just getting you paid.
Can we get a bonus? What are we doing here?
Can I get an after the fact bonus?
After the fact.
Awesome. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us and chat it up a little bit about everything you have going on, the Jets. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Of course, man. Yeah, no, thanks for having me on the show, y'all.
Jets fans, we're in our final push and the clock is ticking. WynnBET is giving you a golden opportunity to win VIP prizes for the 2023 season. The WinBet Green Room is the most exclusive space at the stadium with all-inclusive food and beverage, lower-level seats, and appearances by Jets legends and celebrities. New Jersey customers, all you need to do is wager at least $100 on WinBet Sportsbook or Casino. For New York customers, all you need to do is wager at least $100 on WinBet's Sportsbook. The best part? You get an entry for every $100 you wager.
Welcome back into the exchange presented by WinBet. That was awesome. Very interesting. How I like how Anthony said that he, saw the writing on the wall with sports, baseball, and just transition to something else, and then goes on to be awesome at it. Like
at multiple things.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got talent like that, it's pretty cool to watch those kind of artistic people, whether it's singing or playing instruments or acting or whatever. It's just like, wow, you have so much. You don't see it as much in sports. Maybe the last person is like Deion Sanders, right? Play multiple sports or something. You have multiple talents like that, but like,
true, yeah.
To be that accomplished in multiple avenues of your life, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And
that's pretty promising career for me with Spike Lee, it sounds like. I'm happy about that.
Kind of sounds like you're in, and I'm glad I didn't pull the what you did to who was the Wire actor, where you recognized him for one of DJ's movies. Idris Elba. That's what it was.
Idris Elba.
I didn't do that with it's the other guys. No, not the other guys. What was the name of the movie? It was a cartoon. The Bad Guys. He was in that. So
what about?
It's a good
Who?
Who
are you talking about?
I'm talking about Anthony Ramos was in a cartoon movie.
I'm
glad I didn't bring that up because that's something that sounds like I would do. And I'd mess up the name of it, like I couldn't remember it right there.
Dope. The Bad Guy.
Have you seen that one? DJ watch that?
I have not. No, DJ talked to me about it. I guess he saw it with one of his buddies or something. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's really funny. And yeah, that's something. I'm glad I didn't see it because I would have probably
just come out swinging on it. In case DJ isn't,
let's put Hamilton on the shelf here. Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about this animated movie. In case DJ is an avid listener, play it close to the vest. But you got any big surprises for him for Christmas? Bring anything out?
Oh, well, today was the end of flag football season, and he's supposed to have a end of the year pizza party or whatever at the park. But if you can imagine, it does rain in California, and so the world's going to end basically. And now we are going to an indoor trampoline park, and they have one of these huge courts. It's like a soccer/basketball thing, and the ground's pretty spongy.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're going to go have our own little flag football game on that surface, which I'm fired up about. Because
please don't blow your knee out.
If you can imagine, I can really. Why would you say that, dude?
Because we're getting older, and I worry about these things.
Why would you say that? Why not just be positive? Like, hey, have a great time, be safe.
I asked you not to do it.
Don't say don't.
I asked you not to do it. I didn't say don't.
Coach what you want. When your golf coach is talking to you, do you want him to say don't hit it in the water? Don't hit it in the sand? No. They say, hey, turn your belly button to the target. Finish through the target. Full swing. Whatever they want to say. Straight left arm. Not don't.
I should get a golf coach.
Dude.
That would probably help. That might actually help. You have a golf coach?
I think you need a life coach.
A life coach? Jeez. That hurts.
And I'm available. Steep number, though.
For life coaching? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's one I'm not paying for.
I got answers. They're not always good answers or correct answers, but I got them.
But I got answers. Yeah. Oh, you're on the Bart Scott plan. He's always got an answer. It might not be correct, but he's got an answer. He's never gonna hit you with an I don't know.
It's right.
Yeah, he's never gonna hit you with that. He's gonna have an answer. Might be completely wrong, but it's an answer. All right, this was a lot of fun.
So good.
For a good episode. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. It was neat being able to talk on the Broadway stuff, because I really I'm starting to get into it more, and it's awesome. Live theater and how immersive some of these plays has been fantastic. So I'm looking forward to continuing that, and hopefully maybe he gets back into one and I can go see him.
Coming to fruition 8 years later.
Yeah, I mean, it took a little while, but I got there. All right, leave me alone. All right. Anyway, thank you again. Great episode.
I tried.
Take us out as only you know how.
Oh, listen, be sure to rate, review, follow, and listen on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
You nailed it this time. Thank you, and look forward to the next episode.